Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. This is your brother Yahweh call from GMS Orlando, and just real quick, because these devils are definitely at work on the left hand. A lot of sorcery going on. With the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Lord said that no enchantment would work against us. And of course, the hopefully elect, we're not going to fall for none of the shenanigans. All right, but like I just said, I found this rather interesting. As a matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Psalm chapter 64. Psalm 64. In verse 7, it says, "But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded." All right, because with all that being said, like I said, I found this rather interesting. Because as I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to come back to this precept once the point is made in the video. Like I said, a lot of things on the left hand, a lot of witchcraft on the left hand is taking place right now. And these devils are definitely conjuring up something. They're definitely up to something. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this video real quick.
For this eclipse, these are the strangest warnings we've seen in decades. I've never seen all these different types of warnings that they have for this. And there's also things going on with our atmosphere and with our ionosphere as well that could potentially be causing geological issues, right? So there is potentially a connection between solar activity and geological problems like earthquakes. And by the way, this earthquake that happened in New York was very shallow. I believe it was only 3 miles deep in the earth, right? And some earthquakes, to put it in perspective, are 500 miles deep in the earth. And a lot of them are pretty deep. So this was a very, very shallow earthquake, very strange earthquake. And during the solar eclipse, the ionosphere, it has a...
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead.
Has a massive hole that is essentially put into it during the eclipse, right? So you can see here, this is even coming from NASA. They're even warning of this. They're saying day to night to back again, Earth's ionosphere during the total solar eclipse. And by the way, things like HAARP affect the ionosphere and manipulate it. They use radio frequencies to alter the ionosphere and alter the plasma in it. So what is going on during the eclipse is that this plasma shield that is essentially formed, that blocks us from the sun, it is formed when it interacts with the radiation from the sun. This plasma shield is formed by interacting with the sun. All right, so when it's nighttime, this plasma shield dissipates, but it slowly dissipates as the earth goes into night. All right, so the backside of the earth that's in nighttime is not protected by electromagnetic radiation. That's why we see things like auroras at nighttime. That's why you only really see them at night, is because the ionosphere, the shield, the plasma shield protecting the earth is kind of open right now. It's very thin. It's not as dense. So the radiation can now enter the lower atmospheres of the earth. All right, so during the eclipse, that same thing happens with the moon. The moon blocks out the sun during the eclipse. All right, so this part of the ionosphere, the shield, it's only thick and sturdy when the sun's on it. But when the sun is blocked out, it creates a hole in the shield that is then replaced slowly as the moon moves across the earth. All right, so it kind of rips this hole in our plasma shield of the ionosphere, of the outermost layer of the atmosphere. And it can potentially allow radiation and coronal mass ejections, solar flares, things like that to enter this hole temporarily as it's reforming as the moon moves away. So it's creating a hole here and then it's moving away. It slowly reforms again. But during this process, the ionosphere is weakened, right? And that's what NASA is studying right now. And they're even launching a rocket into it right now.
So with all that being said, all right, that's pretty much the point, because we heard talks about them shooting these rockets into, the heavens and whatnot. So you see, like I said, a lot of strange activity going on, a lot of witchcraft and things on the left hand. These devils are definitely up to something, and that's why going back to this in Psalm 64 and 7 again. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So you see, and also not to mention, with the reactivation of CERN during the time of this eclipse. All right, which the videos have been coming out, of again strange. They may be chariots, but some people been recording on video, just strange things flying around in the skies and things of that nature. And as we know, when it comes to the signs of the heavens, all right, while everyone is looking up and gazing in oohs and ahs, and basically people don't take the warning of Yahweh Shema Shai serious at all whatsoever. So with that being said, while these people are in awe of this event that just took place, nevertheless, those of us in the know, we know, again, it's a sign that Yahweh Shema Shai is getting ready to do something, because this thing of ours is getting ready to transition. Brothers have been talking about it. All right, I know brothers can feel it. Hell, everyone can feel it. Everyone has that sense of anticipation, like something's getting ready to happen, but only the prophets are able to put the pieces together. There was also another point. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and play some more of this video, because like the scriptures talk about earthquakes in diverse places, right? Now, what I'm gonna do, Lord willing, there's another video that I saw going into these what do you call it? Damn it. Oh man. I forgot what it's called. Damn, I forgot what it's called. But what I'm gonna do is, on my backup channel, which for those that don't know, I always leave the links to my backup channels in the description, and I'm gonna upload this particular video, one particular video. The fault lines, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, let me play some more of this video, because he brings out another, point that it just makes sense concerning earthquakes in diverse places.
Oh, right, and these electromagnetic disturbances from the sun can potentially trigger earthquakes and potentially cause geological disturbances, because it's reacting to the electromagnetism from the sun. The earth is magnetic, and it's reacting to the magnetism from the sun, and the shield is punched a hole in it on the direct side where the sun is facing. Right, so it's kind of like punching a hole in the shield of the earth. You can kind of see here this graphic. This was from the 2017 eclipse, and you can see that hole there that's just punched in the ionosphere, and it slowly reforms as the moon moves across the country. So that is one of the main things they're worried about. That's one of the major implications here, is that there could be radiation leak, and also the sun, these CMEs could affect things like electronics and communications. That's why we're getting all these telecommunication blackout warnings as well, is because that excess radiation could be absorbed by the electrical grid. It could be absorbed by your cell phone, electronics, even your car. These things could absorb this radiation and cause.
So that was the point there. Again, if you want to watch the video, then Lord willing, I remember, I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the description as well. But yeah, another thing that could be triggered, these earthquakes, which, like I said, I'm gonna upload this I'm gonna upload this particular video on my other backup channel, one of my backup channels, so just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, signs of the times, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get this, and I intend for this to be too long. In Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28. I might be in the wrong spot. Bear with me. Yeah, I might be in the wrong spot. Nope. Yeah, we're good. Isaiah 28 and 21. Isaiah 28 and 21. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his strange act. So, through the power that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is giving this devil, because Esau is nothing but a tool used by the Heavenly Father. So, the Lord is going to use Esau to cause a lot of chaos and havoc and devastation and things of that nature, which a lot of that comes in the form of Esau's technologies, his harp, and things of that nature. Like I mentioned with CERN, which is basically opening up dimensions and portals and things of that nature, So it's safe to say we're going to start experiencing more and more a lot of weird, strange things, man. A lot of unexplainable things are getting ready to take place. Like I said, we just had Passover. All right. Again, the solar eclipse, which you had the devil's comment as well, take place. Them shooting these rockets, right? Again, the activation of CERN, and just, it's just with everything that's going on, it's all a recipe for disaster. So it's just a matter of time. The Lord's not going to continue to withhold his word. Eventually these words are going to play out. What the Lord said was going to happen is going to play out. So it's just a matter of time. And we believe that real soon, because they were talking, a lot of people, which Lord willing, I plan on do another video, because, a lot of people were expecting something to happen on the eclipse, but what's being said, like I mentioned with these earthquakes and the fault lines, pretty soon, something's going to happen, and it's going to be like a trigger effect, not a trigger effect, but a domino effect. It's just going to be one thing after another. And, before we know it, before we know it, that's why, hey, because, it's just our job to report on these things. Like I said, a lot of people were expecting something to happen on, during the eclipse yesterday, which, you can't blame that on the prophets, because all we did was just bring out information that Esau's putting out there. All right. We don't know exact dates or times or anything like that. All we do is just, hey, this is what, this is what's, we're the spiritual weathermen. So all we do is just, hey, this is what's being said. This is what they're putting out there. And all we do at the end of the day is just tell you to just be on the lookout, be ready, stay ready, so we won't have to be ready. Right. But yeah, I just found that rather interesting. Lord willing, this is edifying. Giving all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.